Hey, welcome to Animals Attack. I'm so sorry it's taken me a few days to get another video uploaded. But with a new channel, it takes time to get the word out and the ball rolling, so to speak. So without further ado, I'm excited to read this story. It was a pretty cool story. It's titled Grizzly Attack. Do they get any better than that? I think not. Okay, I think this is a great idea, Leslie. There aren't any other channels that we can write to about our experience with one animal or another. I see a lot of people are saying that they don't like to hear stories about animals getting hurt. I think most don't get the point that it's actually about animals attacking humans. LOL. But I do think that there's a lot of misinformation about the attacking numbers. I feel like they are downplayed, mainly because when people aren't going into the national forests, then they're not making money. I don't think that there's many encounters that are not being reported unless there's a visit to the hospital for treatment, or if the attack ends in death and the body is devoured. It can quickly decompose in as little as 3 weeks. So, first, I'm curious about how many missing persons were actually animal attacks left to rot and never be discovered. I'm off on a tangent. I'm just wanting to point out that these attack numbers just may not be accurate. They say bear attacks are almost a rarity. Personally, I don't believe that, but I digress. I am writing as I want to thank you for this forum in which we can tell our stories and support each other, because I just don't have that support. Believe me, it can cause a great deal of mind F when you become fearful of the place that brought you so much joy when you live a busy, crazy lifestyle. Getting back to a place of finding peace with your experience happens in places like this. And by this, I mean your channel. So my husband and I despised guns, and really, to tell the truth, the people who use them or feel the need to always have one. Did you catch the past tense on the word despise? That's because I am now one of those people. I couldn't go into the woods to hike, let alone my favorite pastime, which is camping, for more than 5 years after our experience. But now I'm healing, and I'm getting back to the joy that made me who I am. My husband and I are seasoned campers. We have done it all. Camped on all 4 seasons in many states and Canada in a tent. After my husband had back surgery, we purchased a pop-up trailer to go camping in, hopefully to make it more comfortable for him. We used it a handful of times. Now we just let the grandkids sleep in it when they come for the weekends. LOL. After the attack, we tried using it for camping so we would feel safer. But if a bear wants to get you, then a pop-up trailer isn't going to stop him. So we nixed that idea. Here's our story. We had moved to Montana to be closer to my sister, who is suffering from a form of dementia. Now, Montana is not short on beautiful places to camp rough, but once we discovered Glacier National Park, we just fell in love. We spent almost every weekend there, and once a month we took a Friday off as well. We had to coincide our plans with another sister who could stay with the sister who has dementia. We planned to do this 20-mile hike on Gunsight Pass Trail. We arrived midday on the Thursday and hit the trail. It seemed like the park was empty, peaceful and quiet, just the sounds of nature. We enjoyed the perfect cloudless sky the first day and night, woke up to some overcast skies on the Friday, and hit the trail. It was starting to get really stormy looking by midday, so we decided to call it an early day. Nothing like trying to set up camp and have dinner in a thunderstorm. So we found a nice spot close to a lake, but went off the trail. We got our tent up and made a fire and started dinner when the thunder and lightning started. My husband Gene said, just grab some snacks and I'll hoist the bear bag. The bear bag is a heavy-duty bag made to hang your food in up in a tree to deter the bears from coming into your camp. So I grabbed some snacks and tried to hurry the burgers and fried potatoes along on the fire. It started to pour, and we scrambled to get the condiments and buns into the tent. I tried to cover the fire as best as I could to finish the burgers and potatoes, but it was a fruitless attempt. Gene said, "Forget it," as he laughed at me getting soaking wet. This was the first biggest mistake. The second mistake is believing bears don't eat in the rain. And the third mistake was packing the bear spray in the bear bag, which was now hoisted up in a tree. We sat in the tent eating packages of ketchup and mustard on burger buns and trail mix. We were laughing and having a lot of fun. Thunder and lightning was so loud and intimidating. We were basically laying there on our sleeping bags, napping and reading, when Gene grabbed my arm and made a motion for me to listen. Sure enough, I heard grunting, and the fear went through my body. I got to my knees and I peeked out the door. There was a big brown grizzly standing at the fire pit, sniffing the wet, soggy burgers and potatoes. It ate everything down in a couple of gulps. I think it got burned on the nose because at that point it jumped back and loudly grunted. It turned and started taking out its anger on the tent and us in it. He was biting and ripping at the tent, and I was screaming. Gene was screaming. It was terrifying. Then he started jumping up and down on my thighs and my ankle, tearing into the tent. Then there was a loud crack, and I knew instantly that my ankle was now broken. I didn't know I could scream that loud. But like Gene said, it seemed to excite the bear more, and the grunting and the huffing turned into loud, ferocious growling. And then, from out of nowhere, we heard gunshots, and so did the bear. It stopped dead in its tracks and then took off running. The two men who shot their guns helped to get the tent off of us. They said they'd been hiking all day and took cover from the rain not far away, and they could hear me screaming and then the bear roaring. To this day, I thank God for them and the fact that they ultimately had their weapons. When we spoke later, both explained that they only carry when they are in the wilderness, and it made more sense to me now. It can be a very dangerous place to be. Because the weather was not good, they had to get me out of there by four-wheeler and a trailer. We were all nervous of the bear coming back, so we wasted no time getting out of there. Now, I'm not here to judge, but whatever your choice of defense is, it's no good to you if you don't have access to it. Please learn from our mistake. Signed, Colleen and Jean. Well, that is an amazing story with an amazing message, and I appreciate that you took the time to sit down and write it. And I hope that there's more of you guys that will share your encounters. Believe it or not, there's a community of people out here that really want to hear them, and it really helps me out, of course, through the channel. Anyways, guys, I've included the email address throughout the video, just in case you need to get that. I always say please hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications, and subscribe. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Somebody asked me last week why I'm always asking for people to hit the like button, or why people from YouTube ask to hit the like button all the time. So that like button pushes the channel forward. So if a lot of people like my video, then it gets put on people's suggestion lists. And when a video is suggested to people, they see it more often, and therefore it helps the channel to really grow at a faster pace. So that's why I'm always saying hit the like button. Okay, guys, you know I love ya. Hopefully, we'll see you back here in a couple of days. Send in your stories. Bye-bye for now.